Hey guys, it's Girl J, and I decided to let's get into the fun stuff, right? I know I can be deep, and we all can be deep, and you know, yeah. Anywho, I'd rather be a little bit more playful on this Wednesday and give you guys this voice recording on a particular thing that I thought was interesting to share. Out of everything that's going on in the world, I want to share this. I want to share the uh, smell the top of your lip fetish with you guys. A little bit of comical relief, a little bit of laughter, a little bit of silliness, playfulness, and sexiness. For those that don't know, I am a webcam model. My stage name is Jalina Nails. I've been in the business for over 15 years. And finally, you guys, I had a man come through and he tipped me to see me smell the top, or I guess, smell my upper lip, right? I know. Out of all the things I could talk about, we're gonna share this instead. Sometimes in life, let me go here. You gotta be lighthearted. You gotta laugh at some of this stuff. And the only reason why I want to share this with you guys, or share this, even put it out in the universe, is because um, I had been asked to do this in my web shows, for years, many years, and none of the men would ever tip to do it. They would never pay to do it. Well, this particular guy comes through, and finally, when he tipped me, y'all, and he said, "Smell my upper lip," I was taken aback. I was so taken back. And again, I'm doing a voiceover of this, but I did talk about it. But as you can see, I'm doing all the silly facial expressions to try to get the whole look. I even told him, I even said to him that by me doing this was a facial exercise. So now this is going to be something that I take on and actually do, not necessarily smelling my upper lip, but to stretch those facial muscles. Because as I get older, as we get older as women, it's not just me, our jaw lines begin to sag and all these things begin to happen. And we forget we can do facial exercises. So now I don't know how accurate this is because I'm not a face exercise doctor person, right? But what I do know is I could see the difference even in my face for doing this exercise. And so I'm giggly and I'm silly about it, you guys, as I do this voiceover because number one, I just didn't know it was a lip fetish. And he tipped me right there is to do it again. And I had to ask, now keep in mind, you guys, for those that don't know, part of the webcam modeling industry, we have toys that are activated toys. So therefore, when the men tip us, it also buzzes us depending on where we have that toy. And I'm gonna leave it right there. Most of the women, of course, in the business have their toy in very special places, right? Down there. So again, every time he tips, it buzzes me, right? So I got, I don't know, more bang for your buck. No pun intended. But I just say all that to say this. Okay. I say all that to say that this was the most funnest thing I've done in a long time in my shows. And not only that, in my more personal, I am still going through many changes. And so there are a lot of times when I log into work, y'all, I log in to escape. I'm not lying. I BS you not. I log in to get away from all of the heaviness of not just the world, but even the heaviness right here at social media, right? I do it to be playful so that I keep my playful, sexy, optimistic, free-spirited self intact because I've had so many things to happen. And I always refer back to the pandemic. It hasn't been that long ago, and I think most of us can relate to where a lot of changes took place within us and around us when that pandemic hit, right? And so some of us are still in recovery. I'm one of those persons. So as I'm still in recovery of what has happened in the past, I still have to remain and hold on to. See, well, I was explaining to him how I don't usually smell my or lick my upper lip a lot because it draws in my cheek piercings, and that it doesn't really hurt. In other words, my cheek piercings don't hurt, but they do feel it's an eerie little feeling when it's pressed up against my teeth if I make a certain facial expression or something like that. And so I was explaining to him how you can even tell the more I do it, the more my dimple piercings have an indentation, which is actually a good thing. So basically, we're both helping each other out, okay, is what I'm saying. Anywho, so back to the more serious stuff of it all. I come here and do this, you guys, because everything that I've had to face and go through and still having to endure, I need an escape. People can call it what's it called? Escapism or something like that. Also, if I sound like I'm out of breath, y'all, I've been flipping over stuff just flipping over stuff looking for my glasses. I'm talking about my really good reading glasses because, sister's eyes is like, yeah. So I'm like, where are my favorite glasses? And I had to look for like almost an hour and I finally found them. But anyway, so I was moving everything around. So if I sound a little bit like I had just got through finish actually running or walking up a flight of stairs, no, I had just been in here tumbling and tossing everything around to find my favorite glasses. But let me pause for a minute and take a deep breath. Okay, and we're back. So I say all that to say, again, you see me here showing him how to, or sure, actually he's teaching me how to do this. And I had asked him, I said, do you want it to be a strong face? And what I meant by strong is that he want me to do it with a harsh. And the thing about this fetish is that they like the lips and they like he says he liked the cheeks, how they stretch up to the jaw. Now, people like what they like. And I had to ask him in the beginning, I told him the reason why I did not participate in this fetish, because at the end of the day, it's like, what's so wrong with somebody smelling their upper lip, right? Is your lip to smell? Or I mean, what harm could it do to anybody? But because I'm in the world of fetishism, I do understand some fetishes can teeter totter or kind of be on the spectrum of either sometimes non-consensual and or illegal and things that kind of way. So I wanted to make sure that this fetish, as silly as it sounds, I wanted to make sure that I was not doing, which the site doesn't allow, by the way, doing anything to go against, number one, my own integrity, and number two, to go against my own sense of morale and things of that kind of way, right? So I have to be mindful, which you guys may not think that we are, but I'm definitely a woman in the business who's mindful of what type of shows I perform and the reason behind the guy particularly wanting me to perform that particular show or do that particular act. And because I also have studied and have a certification in human sexual behavior and psychology, I'm a little bit, I'm even the more so, what's it called? Observant of what should be and what I'm comfortable with is what I'm saying, right? So with that being said, I had to ask him, so what is it? What is the fetish? Because I didn't know. I thought was it a smell fetish? Was it a stank fetish? What type of fetish was it? And so when he told me that it's under the umbrella of the lip fetish. And I was like, wait a minute, what? When I first started out in the business, my name was Nice Nails and Lips, my upper lips. It was Nice Nails and Lips. Literally when I started out on Live Jasmine, for those that are familiar. So I thought this was particularly right on time. In fact, the reason why I grabbed my tablet is because he told me to go to a site that's on Instagram or a page that's on Instagram that's specifically for lip sniffing, right? And these are women making, money. I just got to go there, right? I'm a girl's girl, making money, doing the most silliest, awkward, strangest things. And for those that are going to come onto my page, I should have said this way in the beginning as a disclaimer. In fact, I might have to do that, but I don't know how I'm going to edit this because this is my first time using this particular software, but as a voiceover. But I will say this: what I don't do is I don't kink shame and I don't fet shame. Right? I had one guy in my broadcast try to shame another guy. He actually tried to shame this particular guy because he liked what he liked. And I told him, we don't do that here in my room. We don't do this in my broadcast. We don't shame people for what they like, for whatever the reason. If there's a major issue, that's why we got our psychologists, psychiatrists. We got all kinds of things in that kind of way to help people deal with whatever it is that they're dealing with for whatever the reason, right? But when you talk about entertainment purposes only, that part, you don't come into my room or into my space, into my universe, so to speak, and shame someone else for what they like. And one guy did that, and he's one of my followers, but he's also someone who's never paid me or tipped me. He's just a gatekeeper. For those that are familiar with the language in the business, gatekeepers don't really pay you, but they definitely keep the room in line. They're, what are they called? They're called like moderators is what some people might call it, Anywho, so I say all that to say this. This was so good for me. I enjoyed it immensely. I learned something. You're never too old to learn something new. I'm glad to know that this is a part of the lip fetish. It's quote unquote innocent, if you will, and people have the most awkward and strange. And I'm the last person to call someone a weirdo, right? I like to believe that I am the one who invented the word. So, I don't put up with people, because to me that's borderline bullying, right? If not bullying at all. But that's borderline when you get to picking on. And most people who have an issue with other people's issues or other people's fetishes, I'll go there, right? Other people's stuff is because they too have their own hidden stuff, and people are quick to uh make themselves feel bigger. In fact, the guy, and I have to say it, I won't call his name out because I still got nothing but love for him. But he has a stranger fetish that he likes, and I think you guys might have seen it right here. And I hope that doesn't get blocked out or banned. But he has a stranger fetish that's here in comparison to the other guy, and I'm like, they're equally. If we let's just go here on a more religious note. When we talk about sin, there is no sin is greater than the next, according to God. There just isn't. And so a lot of times people, and we can argue that, which I don't want to, but sometimes people can be in the mindset of pointing the finger at somebody else and saying, oh, you're so weird, you're so bizarre. And I think what it really boils down to is that people want the same attention or equal attention to their weirdness or their strangeness, I should say, And I think that's what happened in my room when this guy got to trying to kink shame or fetish shame this particular guy that came to my room. And so I'm looking at, as I'm seeing this, I'm looking on, because I was having issues in my broadcast. So I had to go back through and do some stuff. But anyways, you guys, I wanted to come here and share this. I don't want this video to be too long. In fact, it's not. I think I'm already trying to figure it out because my feed was freezing. But with all that being said, because, I think it's a 12-minute video. We're almost done, y'all. But so I now know what a lip fetish is. Now you guys know too. You can go and research and do all that if that's something that you want to do. But anyway, I'm getting ready to log into work now to have some more fun. Bye for now, y'all. Kisses. You hear me. See me in the next one.